Sonic Cinema. Audiobooks proudly presents The Heist Gone Wrong, a captivating story by author Roselane Joseph. Narrated by Benjamin. The warehouse was silent under the moonlight, a stillness that seemed almost unnatural. Max steadied his breathing, his gloved hands moving with practiced precision as he bypassed the last of the security codes. Tonight was supposed to be the big score, the heist they'd all dreamed about, months of planning finally paying off. "Clear," Max whispered into his earpiece, the faint crackle on the other end his only response. He trusted his team, each one in their designated spot, synced in the kind of rhythm only years of work could create. He could picture Danny at the panel, Monica covering the rear entrance, and Tony waiting by the van counting down the minutes. They were nearly there, just 5 more steps to the prize. Then, out of nowhere, the alarms blared. The piercing sound shattered the silence like glass. Max's heart leaped, but he kept his face calm. "Abort?" Danny's voice crackled, tense and barely audible over the chaos. "Negative," Max replied, his voice steady. "I'm almost there. Hold your positions." He darted down the hallway, dodging the flashing red lights that now bathed the room in a strobe-like panic. As he turned a corner, 2 security guards came barreling in. Max moved fast, slipping into an empty supply closet and waiting as their hurried footsteps echoed past him. The door rattled slightly as they checked, but he held his breath, praying they'd move on. When the coast was clear, he slipped out, carefully making his way down the hall to the prize. Just as he reached it, his earpiece buzzed with a frantic tone. "Max, exit's compromised. We got a squad waiting outside." Of course, he thought, smirking to himself. This was supposed to be a clean exit. The plan accounted for everything except this. With a quiet sigh, he steadied his breathing, scanning the room. His eyes landed on the fire suppression lever by the wall, and an idea sparked. "Hang tight," he murmured, an almost playful tone in his voice. "I've got a little surprise planned for our friends." He pulled the lever, and within seconds, the room filled with a thick cloud of white foam, spraying from all angles and turning everything into a cold, wet blur. The guards outside shouted in confusion as the foam spread across the room, giving Max the cover he needed. He bolted, ducking past stumbling officers, slipping in and out of shadows. As he approached the exit, he looked back one last time, a grin spreading across his face as he met the gaze of a bewildered officer trapped in the foam. Max gave him a nod, almost as if thanking him for the adventure, before vanishing through a side door and into the night. "Mission accomplished," he whispered into his earpiece, hearing Tony's low chuckle as the van peeled out, taking him far from the mess he'd left behind. Safe in the shadows, Max finally let his grin break through.